Say hi, Javi. Say hi, Emma.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I'm really, really excited to get started. Yeah, today is going to be amazing. So if you don't know me, I'm Krista, the Boss Witch. So happy to have you here. I was saying a little bit earlier before some people popped in, I have been cramming facts and techniques and all sorts of valuable goods into this masterclass, and I'm like shaky and jumpy. I'm so excited to teach you all the things. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly so we have enough time for Q&A at the end. I would love to keep this under an hour. My assistant, Ashley, is managing the chat box. So she's going to be keeping track if you have any questions and you type them in. And she'll be helping me pick the prize winners and stuff too, because I have some sweet goodies to give away while we are on this call. So are we ready? Can everyone see me? Everyone can see my screen. We are good to go. You are comfortable. You've got a beverage with you. Treats for the dog, whatever you need. I legit have dog treats up here just in case. Hi, Georgina. How are you? Oh, I love seeing your face. Yay. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to the Love Me Better Masterclass. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Boop. Look at this fancy technology. All right. So I want to talk about first why the hell we're here. What are we trying to achieve here in this masterclass? So I want to make sure that you walk away with the tools and techniques you need to stop the self-doubt spiral, stop the negative self-talk, and escape the funk space. So if you ever found like, oh, I'm just in a funk, I don't feel like socializing, I don't feel like working, so it's so lame. So we're going to get you out of the funk. I want you to be receiving and manifesting more with less effort. And it's true. And it actually works. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I want you to, I can't even read my own stuff. So I want you to regain control of your emotions and return back to a place of peace. That's a big piece of this. So the cool part about the manifestation techniques that you're going to learn today is that they double as medicine. So it's kind of like taking medicine and also getting like a bonus prize with it. And you wind up feeling better, manifesting more. And when it becomes a habit, it will just knock your socks off and basically change your life. And I have proof that it works. So I'll show you in a little bit. I need you to walk away feeling like you remember how powerful you are. And I need you to feel strong in mind, body, and spirit. So if you walk away feeling a little bit stronger and a little bit more empowered, then I've done my job. And of course, we're here to connect and have fun. So I want you to drop a yes in the chat if you're excited to go, if you're excited to learn some of these things and try them out. Yeah, tell me you're here. Also, drop a note in the chat. Tell me what you're manifesting. Okay, just moving. Everybody's on mute. I just want to make sure I can see myself and my notes and technology. Okay. Here we go. So, nice work. You already are manifesting. You manifested this class. Yes, 2 more paying clients, Sam. Fabulous. Oh, yes, fuck yes. I'm seeing all of these. Exciting. Yes. Okay, Roz. Yes, be careful while you're driving. We don't want to manifest a car crash or anything because that would be horrible. I feel like manifesting is only for good stuff anyway. All right. So I'm here to congratulate you because you manifested this. You're going to walk away with tangible tools, exercises, and insights that I'm going to give you. I'm here to answer all of your burning questions, whether it's about manifesting, self-love, active self-care, which is something I'm going to teach you, and magic. If you have questions about casting spells, if you have questions for the Boss Witch, throw them at me. I'm going to be giving away some sweet goodies and prizes and stuff for the people who stay on for the whole call. I'm going to be throwing some out at random times, so make sure you're paying attention and you're ready to type in the chat. And I'm also going to be offering you the opportunity to dive a little deeper with this at the end of the call. There's no obligation, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it real quick at the end. This is not meant to be a pitch fest at all. This is just meant to give you some really great tools that you can use immediately and then have the chance to go deeper if you so desire. All right, so I want to make sure you're in the right place. So if you are a curious spiritual human with big desires and goals, and you just need a leg up, you need a little bit of help. You've got these big desires, these big goals, and you're still feeling funky. And you're like, I'm doing all the things. I'm trying to manifest. I'm tired of waiting around. I'm tired of trying to having to be in high vibe in order to manifest. Like, no, you don't have to wait. So if you're one of those curious spiritual humans, you're in the right place. You probably sometimes wrestle with anxiety, loneliness, deep fatigue, feeling stuck, possibly procrastinating at work or in your business, some self-doubt and negative self-talk, and fear of going broke. Like, that's a thing. It's a very real thing. And if you struggle with that scarcity feeling, you're in the right place because we're about to solve it. If you're done waiting around to feel high vibe, to call in your desires, then you're in the right place because we're just going to get straight to it. And you can manifest really big, really good things, even when you feel like shit. So if you're looking to use these simple steps and these simple techniques, basically what it's going to do is that they're pretty short. They're super manageable, so you can do them during your day. You're not going to have to spend weeks like practicing this thing and reading chapters out loud and stuff. This is very bite-sized, simple steps that actually will help you to regain control and regain your bearings and your center, so you can better manage your emotions, you can manage your ego, tell it to sit down, and get back to the things that you really want to do. So stop calling me out, Erica. Yes, oh my God, it's so true. I'm right there with you, sister. I am. Okay. So I want you to know that you're in good hands. So, humble brag, kind of. If you don't know me, I'm the Boss Witch. My name is Krista Voskowski. I'm a seasoned life coach and a business mentor. I've been a practicing witch for over 20 years. I've been reading tarot. Psychic at birth, but I really started training when I was like 11. And I just absolutely love this work. I am also a messy human with issues. Like, I go to therapy and I have dealt with my fair share of messy shit in my life. And the reason why I know these things work is because I am a real human who makes mistakes and sometimes engages in that negative self-talk. I am diagnosed with depression, PTSD, anxiety, ADHD, and God knows what else. But all of this stuff no longer stands in my way because I had to figure out a way around it because all of these other manifestation techniques just weren't working for me. So I invented a new way to do it, and that's what you're going to learn today. I also have a shitload of education. So I have a bachelor's degree in professional writing from Champlain College, and I have a master's of fine arts in creative nonfiction writing from Emerson College, as well as I am currently a PCC candidate. I see you ladies. We're all studying together and getting our coaching credentials. Yes, Jeremy, I see you. You're going to do it next. Yeah, we're studying, and I'm a PCC candidate, which is a professional certified life coach. I'm currently collecting my hours and getting all my documents together. Got to take the exam. But yeah, for the last 7 years, I've been in business. I started it out of necessity because you got to pay the bills, can't find a job. I made a job for myself, but it's freaking hard. And a lot of the stuff I know is self-taught. And a lot of it I learned from making a shit ton of mistakes. And I don't want to see you have to make all the mistakes. And it like brings me warm, fuzzy joy to be like, ooh, I know an easier way and help people. Okay. So are you ready? Are you ready for me to move on? We're good. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So we're here, we're in the right place. Everybody's tracking. We're good. All right. We need to have a state of the union. Like we need to understand what's actually going on. So let's go into the state of things. So what we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about navigating the stuck space and pinpointing what's keeping you there. Because while sometimes I'll just say, fuck it, I don't need to know why I'm stuck here. I just need to get unstuck. Like, that's really tempting. Just be like, I don't care what the problem is. Let's just make it go away. But sometimes it can be really helpful to pinpoint the issue so that later you can come back and be like, oh, this issue has appeared before. I know how to fix it, or I know right where to look. So we're going to take a little walk around that stuck space that you're feeling or that you have experienced. We're going to go into the manifestation techniques that pull double duty, delivering deep soul medicine at the same time as permanent healing. And then I'm going to teach you how to embed those techniques into your existing lifestyle. So the life that you already live right now, I'm going to teach you how to embed them, like plug them into your life so that manifestation and healing are always happening, even when you're sleeping. Because when you create a habit out of this, it just plugs itself into your life, and then like good shit happens and you're like, oh my God, what is this? More evidence that I'm worthy of fabulousness. Like it's amazing. It really is. And the healing that comes along with it, it's almost indescribable, but I will try to describe it. All right, so brace yourselves, gird your loins. We're going to the Shadowlands. Let's take a look at this. So the struggle is real. Everybody's freaking out. Okay, so statistics show that 1 in 5 people worldwide have an official diagnosis of an anxiety disorder. Women are fucked because women are twice as likely to feel anxious based on the studies. And I can give you all of the resources after this call if you're interested in checking my, like, fact checking everything, promise. So spiritual women are triple fucked because we have hundreds upon hundreds of years of cultural persecution, repression, being called other. And we have all this generational trauma back there that says, don't speak up. Don't tell anybody about your magic. They're going to burn you at the stake. They're going to hang you. They're going to push you out of society. And it's a bad idea. Don't do it. So everybody's kind of nervous. Okay, we're not set up for success in the existing culture that we're in right now. It doesn't mean we can't overcome it, but I'm just letting you know that if you're nervous about speaking up, if you're kind of iffy about like, well, why do I feel so anxious? Why am I walking on eggshells just when it comes to being myself in life? This could be it. So that ancestral trauma and that like just world vibe kind of isn't doing us any favors. Over the last 25 years, and this study was done before the pandemic, so I can't even imagine how much the numbers have gone up, but rates of anxiety and depression have increased 70% over the last 25 years. According to a 2021 Capital One CreditWise survey, 73% of Americans rank that their finances are the most significant source of stress in their lives. So we've got all this other stress, like life stuff, and then we've got finances to worry about. It's not fun. It's not fun. So we need to be manifesting, and we need to feel better, and we need to like do it ASAP, right? So I also put here that hustle culture is making us dumb. And it's true. It's also doing a lot of other things that are unhealthy for us. But recent studies have shown that hustle culture leads to impaired cognitive ability. Like it legit affects your brain in a negative way. Essentially, scientists have determined that it causes atrophy. So it says this one study reported atrophy of brain regions. That means like it kind of starts to die. Atrophy resulting from repeated exposure to stressful conditions has a cognitive cost. So indeed, working memory, attention, response inhibition, and cognitive flexibility have been impaired by stress. So let me break that down real quick. That means that the more stress you're under, and the more you're like low-key stressed out for a long time, you can't remember shit. You can't pay attention to anything. You basically freak out more often. Like, you might lose it at your partner or get impatient or angry, or, you know, when they say your response inhibition, it means that you're not with it enough to like take a second before you yell at somebody, which is probably why airlines right now are absolutely insane. Like people's cognitive, we're all just having a big meltdown, essentially. If you've ever seen a tired child lose it when they're young. Hey, Heidi. If you've ever seen like a tired kid, that's kind of what's happening to all of us when we're all low-key stressed out. And hustle culture is doing that because hustle culture is essentially insisting that the only way to success is that we're 110% on all the time. And it's not healthy, and it's not reasonable, and you don't have to do that. So I'm just gonna stop you right there. Carol, hi. So happy to have you here. All right, so the last little fun, ugly fact we have going on here is that perfectionism comes in two nifty flavors: adaptive and maladaptive. So this means that scientists are telling us perfectionism can be a good thing because it means you have high standards. But that's adaptive. That means that your high attention to detail and your appreciation for delivering quality to your customers or quality in whatever kind of work you do, perfectionism can kind of be a good thing until it becomes maladaptive, which is where you become so bogged down by the need for everything to be perfect, or the need for everything to be good enough, but nothing is ever good enough. It becomes maladaptive when it starts making you freeze in your tracks, when you don't get things done, when you put off projects, when you turn down invitations to things because you're just like, oh, I won't be ready, or something's not right, something's not good enough, I'm not prepared, you know, whatever it is. So you're missing out on parts of life because your perfectionism is getting in the way. That's what makes it maladaptive. Take a deep breath. Okay, there's more. Sorry, we're gonna just rip this off like a Band-Aid. It's almost over. All right, so the physical effects of the funk are terrible. This is the stuck place. This is what it feels like, and why it's so damn hard to manifest when you're stuck in this spot. And this is why a lot of people say like, oh, you have to like feel better before you can actually talk to spirit and manifest, right? Well, I'm going to show you that you get to like do it at the same time. You can start to feel better and manifest. you know why you're here. My point is, I can relate. Brain fog, heavy, deep fatigue. You just don't want to get out of bed. You could take like 4-hour naps in the middle of the day. I've been there. Digestive issues. So this could be constipation, diarrhea, nausea when you get nervous, heartburn, things like that. Stress and perfectionism and overwhelm, the whole funk situation can result in all of these. Never mind panic attacks, headaches, insomnia because you're up late worrying about something you could have said in a conversation that happened 6 years ago. Like, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Do you know what the funk feels like? Yes. Yes, this funk is so real. Okay. Connecting to spirit, like, I know when I'm in all of that, when I'm feeling like that, it's like, oh, I can't get into my flow. I can't, like when I try and cast spells, or if I'm trying to be connected and tapped in, it's just like I'm too tired to do it. And it's hard. So I put this little GIF because I love it. It's from Bridesmaids. And basically she's like, help me, I'm poor. And I put it there because it's kind of like you're talking to spirit, but then you're like, I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything through all of this. Yes, Sam, that movie is hysterical. I love it. A little too relatable, but so good. Okay. So we're going to exit the Shadowlands. Thank God. So I'm glad we're all tracking. We're all on the same page. You know what this feels like. So that's important. I want to talk about what the hell is missing, because there are so many manifestation coaches out there. There's manifestation courses. I mean, if you just Google it and go on Pinterest, I mean, there's how to manifest, little graphics all over the place, and you'll see a million different exercises, but nobody does it like the BossWitch does it. And I had to figure it out for myself because none of that stuff was working for me. So that's why I'm bringing you this today. It doesn't mean that it's bad to use any of those other manifestation techniques that people have thrown out there, who, you know, stuff that's worked for them. But I found that this stuff works for me and I want it to work for you. So this is me handing you more tools for your toolbox. And I feel like we could all use a few more tools to start to feel better. Is that resonating? Type a yes in the chat. Let me get a yes. Does anyone have any questions? Everybody doing good? Okay. Beautiful. There's also, I would just like to point out, this little issue that it's kind of vague when people say, just believe, hold the vibe, hold the faith, just tap in and be high vibe. And it can be infuriating when you already have like this like low level stress, body ache, irritability. Maybe you're having nightmares, maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious in your stomach, and then someone tells you to just believe in yourself and you're like, fuck off. No. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that resonates, but that's kind of what my experience has been like. So what the hell is missing? Self-love, people. And I'm not, and okay, so here's the deal. I'm here to tell you there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing wrong with you. If you take anything away from this, know that there is nothing wrong with you. People will diagnose you and you can WebMD yourself and diagnose yourself, and you can say, oh, I'm a baby witch and I don't know what I'm doing, and you know, all of that stuff. But there is nothing wrong with you. This is very normal, as everyone on this call can attest to. This is way more normal than you think, and you're not alone. So there's nothing wrong with you. So what's really missing is a clear understanding of what self-love is and how to execute on true self-love, because nobody really teaches you what self-love looks like. Like, you might get it as a concept, but do you really, really get it? Like, if someone says, go love yourself. And you're like, I don't know what that looks like. Do I say an affirmation in the mirror? Like, why isn't this helping? So I'm here to teach you that. So one of the things I want to make sure is, and I'm pretty sure you know this, but for anyone watching the replay, for anybody out there who needs a gentle reminder, external solutions like booze, Botox, cash, clothes, carrot cake, they're all temporary. You know this. Okay, I trust you. You're fucking smart. You know that numbing with carrot cake is so fucking enjoyable, but the effects only last so long. Eventually the sugar high wears off and it's like, oh, look, I'm right where I started and I'm still worried about money and nuclear war and whatever the hell else you're worried about. Okay. So consider just taking a second and thinking to yourself, am I putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound? If you have, it's okay. I eat my feelings on the regular sometimes, but I know when to say, okay, I'm going to eat my feelings and then I'm going to do the mindset work. Like I'm going to binge Netflix for a while. Just know your boundaries on that. Know how much of it you want to do and know that, yeah, Netflix and carrot cake and even manifesting a suitcase full of cash isn't going to penetrate and do the deep healing for you that you're looking for. So important question. Who here thinks that time management is their core problem? Carol. Yeah, time management. Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. I love you. And it's not time management. I'm going to teach you though. I'm going to teach you why it's not time management. And because you're a fast action taker and I love you and you're here and you just put yourself out there, you just manifested a $15 gift card to Starbucks. So congratulations. Everybody give her a round of applause. The universe rewards fast action takers. Thank you. And yes, for a long time, I thought time management was my problem too. There's literally a book out there, I think, that says time management is never the problem or something like that. But essentially, we get the things done that we want to get done when we feel really healthy, centered, and strong. So it's like we do the stuff we really enjoy that we can get done. And then we'll do the stuff that's like life or death, super high priority. Like I'm going to get fired if I don't do this. Wicked consequences. And then there's all the other stuff we don't feel like doing, but we have to be adults and we have to suck it up and get it done. When you feel like shit and when you're stressed out and when you're in that low funk space, that third chunk of tasks that's like adulting stuff, that can fall off. And that's why we don't get things done. But there's more. Well, yes, I love you, Carol. Thank you so much for being here and engaging. I'm buying you a coffee. All right, so most manifestation teachers are skipping over the important lesson around the active definition of self-love. And by saying things like be in high vibe, they might actually be making things worse by encouraging people to spiritually bypass their sad feelings. So if you're having sad feelings, you just, oh, I can't feel sad. I just have to shove it in a box and not address it. And then I'm just going to be high vibe and I'm going to manifest. It's a bad idea. Bad idea. Jeremy knows what I'm talking about. Mary knows what I'm talking about. I see your faces. Yeah. So it's not always clear what self-love actually looks like. And I'm going to give you some tools that you can begin using today, this weekend, to start feeling less funky and start bringing in manifestations right away. So type a yes in the chat if you're ready to dive in. What are your takeaways so far? Is this resonating? Type a yes. I want to see that you're here. I want to see that you're engaged. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Love it. So many exclamation points. This is phenomenal. Okay. Yeah, the universe favors action takers. I'm so excited you guys are here. You're all incredible. Okay. So we're through the state of things. Now you're going to learn how to love yourself better. So we're using the witch method, and you can decide to take notes on this. You don't have to. I'm going to send you a replay afterwards, and I will put together a graphic too, so you can print it out if you want and slap it up on your wall if this helps. But this is my method, and I invented it, and it works. I'm going to share proof in a minute, but I'm going to walk you through what each of the steps look like. So write through it. And I'm not telling you to write through this forever. So has anyone here ever heard of James Pennybacker, the social psychologist from the University of Texas? Okay, Brene Brown quotes him pretty often. And he also, I believe he is featured in the book, The Body Keeps the Score. So has anyone read The Body Keeps the Score? Also highly recommend that book. But essentially there is a proven scientific recipe for writing to clear those energy blocks. And the recipe is, if you're dealing with one cyclical thought or one specific traumatic situation or whatever it is, you want to write about it on 4 to 7 occasions for at least 15 minutes a pop. And you can keep it short. You don't have to extend it out for an hour, 2 hours. You don't have to write a book. Like, it's literally schedule 15 minutes, write through it on 4 to 7 occasions, and you will notice a significant change. Look, I have use for the dog treats. Here you go, Ted. My dog, Ted, is my assistant. So I have to keep him happy so he doesn't whine during these types of things. So James Pennybacker is his name. I will type it in the chat. Ted. He's published all sorts of books. He's a really well-respected person in the field of treating trauma and using words and writing. And the cool part here is that when you have this poisonous loop in your head of, I'm not getting anything done, I've procrastinated, I'm not good enough, I'm not working fast enough, you're picking yourself apart, and then you start beating yourself up because you're like, oh my God, I'm a spiritual human. I do all of this self-development work. Why am I still talking to myself like this? Then you double down on it and it becomes a poisonous loop that kind of echoes. And then all of a sudden your body starts to feel like shit and your actions show that you're not in alignment. Things start getting in your way. Do you ever like your pocket only catches on a cabinet hinge when you're mad and running late? Like you're running out the door and you like stub your toe. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the whole idea here is to do a very specific writing practice, 4 to 7 occasions. And essentially what the writing does is it pulls these thoughts, this loop out of your brain, down your arm, through your hand, through the physical action of writing and the mental cognitive processes to put your feelings into words on paper. And it legit like places this poisonous loop onto paper so it's no longer sitting in your head. So it's separated from your body. That's an important part. I also want to talk about secrets. So James Pennybacker said, keeping a secret is a form of active inhibition. So concealing or holding back powerful emotions, thoughts, and behaviors is in itself stressful, even if you don't realize you're doing it. And that's what happens is like, am I really holding back my feelings? Sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. And that also causes a low level hum of stress. Can anybody relate? Is anybody here with me? Okay, I'm seeing you nodding. That's good. That's good. So thank you, Mr. Benjamin. So this is my cat. He does this. Basically, James Pennebaker in his research said further that the more you keep that poison loop in your brain and you don't address it, or the more you're keeping these secrets, keeping these emotions to yourself, keeping these thoughts to yourself, it creates a long-term low-level stress that can influence immune function and physical health, which we've already covered. It's so funny that he popped up when the little cat gif was here. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how I took James Pennebaker's research and Brene Brown's research and took it a step further with my own practice called the psychic edit. Let's see. Okay, this is the psychic edit. It's a 3-step process. You're going to need 3 pens of different colors. The first step is to purge on paper. So that's that like 15-minute window where you just dump it all out. I feel blah, blah, blah. I think, I am, I want, I can't, I hate, I love. This is what happened. Purge it all out. Then I want you to dive in and add the because to it. So an example of this might be, I feel nervous that I'm not smart enough to teach a masterclass. If I add the because, it would look like, because people only respect smart people. And that, if you notice, is a belief. That's a statement. And I want you to answer this question from ego. So what is your ego telling you? Just to remind you, ego is basically located, it's the fight or flight part of the brain. It's located in the limbic system, which is the part of the brain that keeps your body alive. It makes your heart pump. It helps you breathe without thinking about it. Keeps you from choking when you're swallowing food. It's the part of your brain that says, be on high alert, something is dangerous. And that part of the brain, okay, I could go into brain science forever, but let me just get through the psychic edit. Erica's laughing. She knows me. I could go off on tangents all day long. Okay, so you answer from the space of ego or fear. And you want to ask yourself, what does this mean? And ask yourself, what is ego telling you that this means about you as a person? So if I started with the sentence, I feel nervous that I'm not smart enough to teach a masterclass, no one's going to like it. Because I feel nervous that I'm not smart enough, this is making me nervous because I have a belief that people only respect smart people. And being respected is important to me. If I add the next step, which is this means, my ego is telling me that this means that if I make a mistake, I am stupid and I'm a failure. So that's where that, like, you just want to suss out all of that gunk, right? So you're going to just purge it all down. Then you're going to switch pen colors. That's where the best friend edit comes in. And I want you to go through like an editor on a high school paper almost, or on a book or whatever, and write notes in the margins, cross things off, edit what you wrote as if your best friend were the person holding the pen. So what would your best friend say? My best friend would probably go in the margins, circle and cross out the word stupid and be like, didn't you just tell people that you have like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of college education? You are far from stupid. Or you're not stupid, you're beautiful, I love you. Like whatever your best friend would say. I want you to go in and edit like a best friend. Then the third step is to switch to the spirit edit. So you're going to switch pens one more time. and you're going to write from the viewpoint of spirit. So this is your higher power, your higher authentic self. This is your ancestors, your guardian angels, God, whoever you connect with, an invisible force that is your higher power that you connect with, that you respect. Okay. That right from that point. So at this point, spirit, for me, intuitive hit would probably say to this, how is this thought helping you? I gave you a brain. You showed up on this planet for a reason. If you want to do something, go and do it. Get over yourself. That's probably, spirit would speak to me that way because that's how, we kid around like that. But it would, so you're getting these different perspectives coming in. And as you have these 3 different perspectives, all of a sudden you've taken a step back and you're seeing the big picture about what's going on in your brain instead of being completely embedded in it and unable to see anything else. So when you start doing this psychic edit process, you now have a view that's the bigger picture. And then you can check in with yourself and say, okay, based on what I'm observing here, what's the next right move in my gut? What is my gut telling me to do next? Okay, I'm so glad it's making sense. Fabulous. Type a yes in the chat if it's making sense. Who's enjoying this so far? Are you getting value out of it? Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right. So I'm only on the W. So I'm going to plow through these real quick because I know like Erica's laughing. She's like, shit, look at the time, girl. Okay, let's go. I investigate. So this is initiating an investigation. You are asking questions of yourself. What it is that's actually going on in your head. What are the thoughts? You need to go in like those detectives on the true crime shows that you watch and ask questions. Okay. And as you have this investigation, you need to look at it like an investigator would, which is a completely removed, there's no judgment, there's no, you're innocent until found guilty kind of thing. Like you're just gathering the clues in order to solve the crime. Okay, so you're going to investigate. That's what the I stands for. Then we have the T, which, what did I write? Translate. So translate your self-love into action. So this is the big piece that I want you to really pay attention to. Is everyone here? Everyone's with me. Nobody's asleep. Okay. So we've got the ACL, which I call active conscious love, and the CVP, which is a conscious visible pivot. So I'm saying to you that switching your mindset and just deciding to be high vibe, it's not enough. It's not gonna touch it. It never did for me. I don't know about you. Chances are you're here because you're like, I need something else. Give me something else, Krista. So the first thing I want you to consider is that visible pivot. So when you realize that you're in a funk and you're in need of that active conscious self-love, do something to demonstrate to the universe that you are actively loving yourself, and it best be visible. So if that means doing jumping jacks up and down on your street and being like, I love me, or my favorite one was take yourself on a fucking date. Like I woke up one day after some of the biggest rock bottom parts of my life, and I was like, I'm not waiting for a man to take me on dates. Now I'm a heterosexual cisgendered woman, so I'm using my example, but I decided I'm not waiting for a romantic partner to take me on the romantic, fun, luxurious, like decadent dates that I want to go on. So I'm going to do it for myself. And that turned into, when I had no money, booking out an entire night where I shut off all my screens and just paint. Or I would make myself a beautiful dinner at home and legit light candles and get dressed up for myself. These are visible changes. You are moving your body and making like legit actions to show yourself that you love yourself. There's more to it, as you can see on this list, but I'm going to move on. So because that's my favorite one. So remember the visible pivot. So we want active, conscious, fucking love yourself on purpose and show the universe. Don't just think about it. Don't just write about it. Demonstrate it. Okay, so C, collect evidence of worthiness. So once you start this witch method and this visible pivot process, you're going to notice little things start to manifest. And you're going to notice that in incremental bits or in giant leaps, you're going to start to feel better and you'll get out of the funk. So you need to be aware, paying attention, and collecting evidence that you are worthy of receiving. And the universe will show you. And if you're like, I'm not seeing any signs, tell the universe what sign you need. I need to see bluebirds to know that I am worthy. The universe will send you bluebirds. I shit you not. I don't know how it works because I'm not God or universe, or I mean, I'm pretty magical, but I'm not that magical. So collect the evidence, look around. Also, acknowledge dual truths. So this duality is super important to understand. Life is 50% shit and 50% good stuff, just like for everybody. Like we all go through shit. We all have bad things happen and there's nothing we can fucking do about it. So the point is not to eliminate the bad shit because we don't have control over that. But what we do have control over is helping yourself feel stronger and feel more centered and more in control and more aware, so that when the bad shit happens, you're better able to handle it. And then you can start to expand when the good stuff happens. So when the good stuff happens, it hits like fountains of blessings and it just feels really good. And you're in your present active appreciation. The other part of duality that I want to mention on top of that 50-50 is that you can and you will, as a human, exist in multiple states of emotion at once. So you can exist in a state of grief and misery and be grateful at the same time for other things. You can be pissed off and also amused at something else. You can exist in both spaces. So when my grandmother passed away, I was devastated, but I was also so grateful for my friends and for the retreat I went on in Florida. And the thing is, we're told, oh, it's black and white. We have to be one or the other. If you're in mourning, you're in mourning. If you're enjoying your retreat in Florida, you're there. But the thing is, I existed in both spaces. I got to have fun and also still be in mourning. Is this resonating? This is understanding. Okay, good. Everybody's good. Oh, ladybugs and white feathers. I love it, Ashley. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna hurry. So we're collecting evidence. H is healing and manifesting. So we are holding and healing. So this means holding space for yourself in a way that no one else can and no one else will. So this means accepting the fact that you are the person who's going to hold the space. Nobody else can. So you can hire 8 million coaches. You can write in 8 million journals. You can buy the books, go to the conferences, get new clothes, go on a diet. You can do all of this stuff. And the healing, most importantly, needs to come from you. You have to put in that work. You have to make it that active, conscious love important. This means giving yourself time to rest, learning to forgive yourself, which is fucking hard sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I don't have that one down perfectly, but it's part of the work. Expressing yourself, listening to yourself. So if you're writing and you need to reread your journal entries, even if you're not expressing to anybody else, you're not going out on live, on the internet or whatever, like find your way to express yourself, practice boundary setting, do these things on purpose to give yourself a dose of your own medicine. Okay. Okay, let's see. Pay attention. We've got through all of this. Whew. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about the way to embed these habits and this system into your everyday lifestyle using my program. So I'm going to teach you about that. That's going to make this stuff last. It's going to get in there, tackle the energy blocks, and get rid of them immediately. But the stuff that you just learned, you can walk away with now and just use it and feel better. It's a great way to extricate yourself out of that funk. It's a great way to kind of realign and get yourself back on track and stop the negative self-talk and everything. But I'm going to take 2 seconds, 30 seconds to go through this quick program description with you, because I want to offer you the chance to go a little bit deeper and actually create some permanent healing here. Permanent healing and consistent manifestation. So let's talk about it. So now you know all the things and you can walk away knowing that you've got more tools in your toolbox, which is awesome. And I think you're already manifesting good shit just by showing up today, which, round of applause for you. Please give yourself a round of applause, self-hug, pat on the back, whatever you need to do. So you have options. You can take what you learned today and make it your own, just like I've done a million times with other classes that I've taken. You take the bits and pieces that serve you and leave the rest. I am so happy that you got to be here to accept this manifestation. Absolutely. Or we can create some long-term healing if you're ready to do that. And to get into a constant state of manifestation, to make these techniques as habitual as brushing your teeth, eating food, or putting on a seatbelt. Okay, we want to make it something that you don't even have to think about anymore, right? So I'm going to tell you about the self-love cure, but first I want to know, up until this point, who found this masterclass helpful? Fabulous. What was your favorite part? Is there somebody with a favorite part? Erica, yes. I love it. Did you have a specific technique that resonated? Yes, the storytelling and editing. Awesome. Fabulous. I love this. Okay, who here is ready to do this psychic edit method? I know I am. I'm going to go after this call and do it again, because you can do this anytime. So fun. You got your pens. Yes, Erica, I love it. All right. Who's ready to take themselves on a fucking romantic date and be like, nobody else can come in and ruin it because this is me? Yes. Yes, girl. Ugh. I want to see these pictures on Instagram. I want to see them. I want to see proof that you took yourself on dates. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you about the program real quick, and then we're going to have a giveaway. I've got a sweet giveaway for you. And yeah, let's jump to it. Okay. Self-love cure. There's a lot of text on this slide. I don't expect you to read it all. I will read it for you, or just give you the quick rundown. I can send some more information, but here's the deal. So by entering this 6-week program that I'm going to do with you, we want to have no more stops and starts. We don't want you going in fits and starts. Like 1 month you're in a funk, the next you feel really productive and things are really good. And then the next your income sinks because you're like, I don't feel like working on my business. I don't like this and I'm antisocial, and you're back in a funk again. So what we want to do is create this thing that embeds in your lifestyle that keeps things a little more level, a little bit more even keel. So we're going to take self-doubt out of the equation completely. We're going to heal the root cause of energy blocks once and for all. So when they're healed, they're done, and you can move on to the next thing, heal the next thing, and just basically become a better version of yourself over the course of time without having to go back and rehash things in therapy for 16 years. I want you to be able to manifest 24/7 on autopilot. And that's what this looks like. Manifesting, healing simultaneously on autopilot while also taking yourself on romantic dates. Like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. It's super fun. So you don't have to go with coaching and therapy for years and years and years. This is just 6 weeks, and it's backed by neuroscience. I've done my research, and I've got combinations of these techniques along with the way I've structured this 6-week program. It's going to turn this into a fun technique you just learned today into a habit that's like putting on a seatbelt when you get into a car or drinking water when you're thirsty. It's going to be easy. It'll become that habitual and a deep part of your lifestyle. So you want proof that it works? It's me. I could put a bunch of case studies in here, but I have to be honest, I'm the reason this works. So back in 2019, I was in this freaking awful place in my life, and I had to get myself out of it. And this is what I did. Since then, I've been using these techniques exactly as I described to you, and I've lost 55 pounds. I left my day job, and now I work in my business full time. I manifested an incredible partner that I'm absolutely in love with, my dream apartment, all the other things. But most importantly is finally having a sense of confidence. Even when I feel a little bit stressed out, overall, I'm still feeling really confident. And I keep finding these opportunities for growth over and over again, which I'm just so freaking grateful for. So thanks, universe. Okay, so basic details, 6 weeks, 6 interactive group workshop sessions. Every week is a new theme. This takes commitment. So if you want to be in this thing and you want to make this a habit, it requires that you show up to the weekly workshops, you engage with your accountability buddy, which you will have, and you'll be following guided meditation. So every week you're going to get a guided meditation, journal prompts, and a writing exercise. You're going to get a spell or a ritual to put your witchiness into practice. And I'm basically walking you through these exact action steps to take these things from concept to physical action to habit. There will also be a support group through a Facebook group, and then there'll also be a chat thread where everyone can interact with each other and create consistent support, because it really is about the group with connection and staying engaged. We'll have 2 special guest speakers, and when you sign up on this call, when you sign up on the call, it would usually go for $497 for just that stuff, okay? But because I love you and because you're manifesting and you're amazing, I'm giving you a coupon code for $100 off. So that puts it at $397. And there are payment plans available. And you will also get a bonus private coaching session with me. You get to bring a +1. So if you have an accountability buddy that you already have in mind that you want to bring to this thing and you can do it together, you can bring them for free. Okay. So you get your +1, you'll get a $100 off coupon, you get a private intensive session with me, you'll get a custom spell. So I want you to send me a message and be like, Jesus Christ, I need some witchy stuff in my life. Send me a custom spell. I will write one for you, just for you. Okay. And you'll also have a coupon code for 50% off the magnetic money sessions, which a couple of the ladies on this call have experience with. You know, it works. It's all about diving in deep into your business and creating success there. So tomorrow the price is going to go up. to $497. But if you book on the call or you book within the next 24 hours, I will honor all of these special bonuses. So Ashley, if you could drop the sign up link in the chat, that would be fabulous. And yep, there's the coupon. So if you're doing pay in full and you want to use the coupon, it's just 100 off. And then if you want to do the payment plan, there's 100 off plan is the coupon. If you want to check it out, if you have more questions, book a call with me. We can talk about it because I know I raced through this pretty quick. But that is it. Now I would love to open the floor for some questions, but I want to do a giveaway real quick, real quick. So pop quiz. Can anyone tell me what the W in the witch method stands for? Mary.
Write it out.
Fabulous.
That was my favorite part.
Awesome. You also get a $15 gift card to Starbucks.
Yeah,
Amazing. Thank you. Manifesting for action takers. Love it. Okay. You guys are fabulous. Do you have questions? Tell me about questions. Oh, Ashley, I would also love, because it's just feeling on my heart right now. I would like to give one person on this call free access, like a free 100% complimentary pass to this program, if you'd like to be here. And I've asked Ashley to pick a name. So drum roll, please. Who is winning access to the self-love cure? Not yet. Where is she? Where's Ashley? She's picking. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm dying of suspense. All right, well, she'll drop that name. Rosemily! Yay! You won a free pass and you get your +1. That's so exciting. And you get a custom spell and you get all the good shit. So I will contact you with all the details, get you the login information. It'll be fucking awesome. So opening up the floor.
I'm so excited.
Yay! I'm so excited too. I'm so happy you came. This is awesome. Your energy is going to be so great in the group. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So opening up the floor. Who has questions? Unmute yourself. Who has thoughts, feedback? What'd you think? Did you learn something?
Like I said, I really liked the write it out, right? But also, I like that you called it a poison loop, right? That makes sense to me. The writing, I wrote it down as a writing ritual where you write through it 1 to 7 times for 5 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's golden.
Awesome.
Excited about that.
Oh, love it. I can't wait to see what you think about it when you start to actually put it into practice, and you can let us know how you feel.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Anybody else? Georgina.
I like that how you can access your higher consciousness with the 3 pens.
Yes.
I never thought of that. That's actually genius.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm so glad. I want to know if it's helpful for you, and I can't wait to see the conversations that you have with your higher consciousness.
Definitely.
That's beautiful. Okay, well, if no one else has any other questions, this wraps up our masterclass for today. You guys are amazing. You're making my dreams come true. You helped me have my first masterclass of 2022. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. And I'll be in contact with the winners. So Carol, you're getting your Starbucks, and Mary, you're getting your Starbucks, and Rosemily, you get the free pass and a +1. Love it. Okay. I'll see you guys later.